Hello all, this is Dswank, and I am once again in Space Engineers, and I'm looking at the second part of the late game pack that Doncdxx, I no idea how to pronounce that correctly. He's the one that put the mods together, and we have, just like the Series 1 where we had a resource, blocks, and planets, we have the same for this. Now, we have our planets and the resources here in front of me. And let me bring up my drill. Okay, Duranium. That's the planet down there. And the Duranium planet in your Shift F10 menu, your spawn planet menu, is called Gray Baron. And then we have our Kaldaryn Crystal, and it's got an interesting texture to it. Now, this one also has somewhat of a purple sheen to it. Kind of cool looking. But that is the Kaldaryn Crystal planet, the one with the purple on it, and it's called Twilight in your drop-down. And this one is your Hyperium material. And that is over there, the brown arid planet is what it's called in the drop-down menu, is the one for the Hyperium. Now, we'll go and take a look closer at the planets once I finish talking about all the goodies that this mod comes with. So, let's see, do I still get the pop-up when I do that? No. Alright, let's start over here with the blocks. And before I go too far, he has the Duranium blocks, and they have all the equivalents to vanilla armor blocks. And if you look, here's the light armor, vanilla light armor, 25 steel plates. This one takes 25 Duranium plates. And it's pretty much a 1-to-1 conversion of Duranium to iron resource. But apparently, and I haven't done any testing like shooting these, he claimed, what is claimed on the mod page is that these are 8 times as powerful as vanilla. All the blocks present in this. Whether that means energy produced or whatever, I'm not completely sure yet. But we have some interesting variations here. Now, starting, we have our large reactor. This is what is vanilla. This is the Kaldaryn Crystal reactor. And as you can see, it uses, resource-wise, it's pretty much the same. But instead of reactor components, we have Kaldaryn components. And we have the small reactor. And we have Kaldaryn reactor. And over here we have normal battery. We have Kaldaryn capacitor. And we have... Oh, I grabbed the wrong ones. I'm sorry. Give me a sec. All blocks. K-A-L. Give me Kaldaryn battery. Both of those were labeled as capacitors. We have battery. Now, then we have the Hyperium stuff. We have oxygen tank, and this is where it's slightly confusing. We have a Hyperium tank, but it still has the vanilla textures, and that's why it's slightly confusing to me. So, when you look at it, it still says oxygen. But we have over here a Hyperium setup of their gas thrusters, which you have a Hyperium gasifier and 2 different Hyperium burners and the Hyperium storage tank. And I will see if I can get those to fire. They don't have the normal hydrogen sit there burn going, so I'm not sure what's going on here. As you can see, we have normal thruster and large thruster And the Hyperium versions have white for the color of thrust coming out of them. And they have the Hyperium transducer and as a one-to-one replacement for thruster component. Now, once again, I thought I had placed everything I needed for this video, but I haven't. So, over here, let's take a look at the assembler and production and see what we can produce. We have Hyperium transducer, which uses Hyperium rods. We have Kaldaryn component, which uses Kaldaryn's shard. And Duranium plate, which requires a Duranium brick. So, apparently you can put the resource either in the gasifier or in the refinery, and it'll create this. The items that are needed to, not this, the refineries. And it'll use the assembler to create the components. And I'm not sure if the Kaldaryn reactors will run on Kaldaryn shards or if they run on uranium. I probably could test that fairly easily. So, wrong one. Is it Alt F10? No, it is Shift F10. Spawn. It's K. Kaldaryn compound shard. Okay. K. Inventory. Nope. Shift F10. What was the other one? Kaldaryn compound. Kaldaryn. Oh, bugger. Compound. Spawn. Oh, component. Okay. No, that's compound. So, it appears these run on uranium. Just like normal. But, you saw when 2.4 gigawatts of power. Capacitor, output 2.4 gigawatts, max required input, stored power 12 megawatts. So it can store quite a bit of power. And I shouldn't have deselected, but I did because I'm stupid. Okay, this is the capacitor. The battery. Megawatts, output. So, this one is, and where's the regular battery? So, it's 8 times the normal battery. Capacitor holds a huge amount of power, but puts it out very quickly. Small reactor, 120 megawatts. Small reactor, 150 or just 15 megawatts, so it's 8. And we have small ion thruster required. Actually, let's go with large ion thruster. Okay, it appears the hyper thrusters use the same power, so that's something we don't need to worry about. Gasifiers use pretty simplistic. Same simple power. So yeah. It's very simplistic. Let me throw a flight seat down real quick. Since I'm attached to the land mass over there, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. See, there we go. Alt, look around, see. Okay, so we're getting. That's actually fairly cool. The hyper thruster, and if I do that, I got that little thruster. Now, the last element that I have not talked about is this little jewel. and it is the Hyper Pulse. It is a block that it doesn't have a huge amount of thrust, but it has a huge amount of dampening force. So it's basically a repulsor. It doesn't have any flame damage. It's one block, and you can see how much it costs to build. And it's pretty good. I like it. The model, however, was not made by the same individual. It was made by Cole16, and he got permission to use the model. So, there's that. Now, our last little bit for this showcase, and I really do like this. It adds some interesting elements. Some of this is just more powerful, more better. So you have to do some effort to get to the planets. Now, let's go. Is it F6? No, F8. That's what we want. Yes. Now let's start over here with the the hyper planet, the desert planet. Okay, so it's got a fair amount of gravity, actually. And it looks kind of cool as we're coming in. Where is the sun? I'm looking for the sun so I can be on the side of the planet with sunlight. There's the sun. Oh, I may not have sunlight anywhere I go. Ah, well, this has sunlight. Oh, I like that ice. But let's control shift space, F6. Whee! Okay, so there's oxygen on this planet. It's a fairly high gravity. Not as high as our Delta planet, but quite a bit. And what is this? That is ice. Okay. And we can jetpack around. Come on. Up we go. Up we go. Up. 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 I can't take off. Yet the thrusters would be advantageous here. Oh, I can't take off. But yeah, this planet looks really cool. I like it. Really cool. Really well done. And we've got rocks and all sorts of things, and it appears I still am having that really odd bug where I can't see my resources particularly well. For some reason. But, come on. I'm having lift issues. Come on. Up. Up we go. We can do it. No, we can't. No, we can't. But this is a very cool planet. I like it. It would be a fun one to have a sort of base on. I would want to come here before I attempted the that gravity planet, that insane gravity planet. What's here? Shouldn't I be picking up resources here? It's dark. I'm not seeing resources. Okay, let's try the need a new station. 5. Throw you. We'll put a small reactor, an antenna, ore detector, and a door detector. Okay. Or several ore detectors, actually. Ore detector. Go. No. 6. Come on. Man, without being able to fly, this is somewhat difficult. Alright. And we need to claim ownership. Come on. Oh, wow. I can't get high enough to claim ownership. Oh, there we go. Yay. Control A. Come on. Control A. Thank you. Me. Yes. Okay, there we go. We've got resources. And there's Hyperium right there. Okay, so let's copy this and hopefully we can take it along with us. So, away we're going to go to Twilight. And let's go to the other side of Twilight. So we're in the sunlight. And we can actually see kind of what this planet looks like. Yeah, I'm underneath. It's cool looking. F6. Gravity, it's got low oxygen, so it doesn't have... it's got oxygen, but not a huge amount of oxygen. It's got more gravity than standard, but not too bad. It's enough I can actually fly. And there is some of the crystal outgrowth. So that was actually fairly easy to find. Let's place down this guy again. And we see a lot of resources. Oh, our ore detector's underground. But yeah, we've got a lot of resources in the area. So that's kind of good. And it's purple. It's very purple. And it's not just... It's got a fair amount of resources that you can use other than just the Kaldaryn Crystal. So, and then our final planet for this 3-planet tour. 3-planet tour, a 3-planet tour. Is the what is it? Gray barren planet. So let's Control Shift F6. Okay, we've got low oxygen again, which means that if you had a vent, you could pressurize an enclosed space. Then you have, well, less than normal gravity. And it's a very interesting color pattern. The stones that randomly show up are kind of... I hit 2. Not that, please. Thank you. Are kind of off feeling to me. But we see iron. It's over here. What are you? You're just stone. Okay. Very interesting looking stone, but stone nonetheless. Iron. So let's Control V. Ha! Okay. B. Let's turn you like that. And there's Duranium, way off over here. So, we can actually see where resources are. Ooh, yeah. So, those are the planets. I hope you enjoyed this brief look. I really do like this series of mods because the challenge of getting set resources is an engineering problem in and of themselves. And then, say you had a multiplayer server with these mods on it, it would make a faction holding a planet. It would give a reason for having a faction. Would be, you've got a unique resource, and you can negotiate a trade for with your unique resource for others. So I think it'd be cool. However, if we did these, I'm afraid the shale and oil mod would not work particularly well for me. So if I continue this, I will be probably when I continue, and if I include these mods in my survival playthrough, which I really want to because they seem like a fun challenge to deal with. I'll probably be removing the mod that I'm currently using in it that changes resources up. So, but I like these. These are cool. Something I should add with the multiplayer. These 3 mods are all in dedicated server testing phase. The first 3 have already passed through this. And the 3 that will come up next video will be, or the next time I do the spotlight, will be ones that are just in testing, not any specific form of testing. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead, like, subscribe, share it around, boost the signal, let the world know I'm out here, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.